And with that, a good evening to you all. National anthem has been sung. We're ready to play ball. It's the Peoria Sunday Morning League here on Clutch Sports Media. And the first ever game that we have done as part of the league's Dozer series. Welcome into Dozer Park. It's the Brienzo's Orioles and Crusens Reds here tonight. I'm Jonathan Michael here alongside Zach Schulte, the league president. And Zach, this is a really cool thing you guys were able to do. This is our first time broadcasting a game here. It's a beautiful afternoon, great sight lines, great baseball. Really looking forward to it.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for coming out here for it. I'm really excited to see this matchup, particularly tonight with what it looks like Charlie Lardy going for the Crusens Reds. Charlie Lardy, who received some very high honors at Illinois College this year, was their conference pitcher of the year. I believe he just signed and committed to go play at SIU Carbondale.
Oh, wow.
To pitch. So he'll be the first pitcher from Carbondale to pitch in the Sunday Morning League since Vinny Masalia, who recently retired this past year. But one's out and then one's back in.
Definitely lots of great pitching this year in the Sunday Morning League. Our last game last week, you may have seen, it was a historic game. Clay McConkey of the Miller Lite Falcons took the league's all-time wins record right here live on Clutch Sports Media. So that was a big, big thing for the league and a long time coming for him. And now we'll see another pitcher that's, again, making a name for himself in Charlie Lardy as we're ready to get going here. Eric Campen will lead things off in the batter's box for Brienzo's. And Lardy comes in first pitch, takes it low for a strike. Lardy on the year, 11 frames thrown with a 1.27 ERA and a 1-0 record. So he has been firing so far this year, as heading the count early. This one is chopped. This one is a tough play for the third baseman. Campen running, and the throw is not completed. So Campen reaches with an infield single.
I think Lardy's been probably resting his arm some early in June, the first half of the summer. He threw quite a few innings at IC at Illinois College this year, but now getting ramped up. It looks like he's getting ramped up for the playoffs and going to make a late July push for Crusens. He's been playing some outfield for them in the meantime, though. He's a very just good athlete overall.
Most definitely, as Andrew Garrett digs in now for the Orioles. We're at number 44. Trying to get an early rally going here in the first with one man on and nobody out. Garrett slaps this one into right field. And coming on, making the catch out there in right. Looks like that might have been Keegan Busby, I believe.
Yeah. Busby, another, should be IC, I believe. Sorry if I'm wrong, but I believe he's IC. Campen on first is Monmouth. Good, just a really hard left-handed out. Makes a really flat swing, makes a lot of contact. So obviously he's going to put the ball in play a lot, and that's what he did. Speed gets him to first base on the infield single.
Yeah, that was Campen there on first. Campen's got 4 steals on the year, so but the Reds are definitely watching him here. This is Adam Williamson, number 3-hole hitter now for the Orioles. Swings and a miss on that nice pitch from Lardy. Count now 1-1, 1 out. Beautiful Tuesday afternoon here in Peoria. Just a few clouds in the sky. Humidity is lower than we've experienced for a lot of other games that we've done this season. Beautiful night for baseball. Crowds still filing in. Concessions are open here at Dozer, and a little bit of room to spread out here. A really cool experience for these players getting to play pretty much the crown jewel of baseball here, at least in Peoria.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to say this is the best facility in Central Illinois, or in terms of minor league fields in the region. I mean, this is. They need to put this in MLB The Show. Because you can play in so many minor league fields in MLB The Show, but this one, you got the brick building. That building's been here for, I don't know, a decade, I would assume. It's just a really beautiful backdrop in Peoria.
Adam Williamson struck out swinging. That'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Colton Williams, for Brienzo. So he's hitting .321 on the season, leads the team in doubles and a batting average. But to talk about brick buildings, I'm not sure if you're talking about that Bourne paint building out there, but I believe I heard one time that, and this was back a few years ago when the Peoria Chiefs were the affiliate of the Cubs.
Okay.
Now, they've usually been the affiliate of the Cardinals for many years, but when they were the affiliate of the Cubs, I heard that Javi Baez one time hit a home run that hit the Bourne paint building on the fly.
I believe it. I don't know how far that is. I would imagine that would be like a 480-foot home run maybe. But that's, I mean, what O'Neal Cruz hit one last night, 513. That was the farthest. So it's definitely possible. It's certainly possible.
We need to get the MLB stats in here where they were measuring home runs supposedly down to 10 decimal places, which I saw if you went down to 10 decimal places, that's 1/8 the width of a hydrogen atom. So I think a lot of people were saying, they were kind of doubting it, saying that I think MLB was just kind of guessing on some of those. But either way, a little bit of a controversial home run derby of some sorts last night.
Very controversial. I think the best hitter won in Cal Rayleigh. But, I mean, who was the guy that – I'm drawing a blank that got –
Junior Caminero?
Not Junior Campanero. The other guy that got kind of screwed over on the .08. It was like .08. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I was trying to remember. I was busy with some other Clutch Sports media related stuff last night, but I was kind of following from afar. I was seeing what people were talking about, seeing the highlights on Twitter or X last night. But Williams has a full count here, 2 outs again, runner on first. Williams has 4 doubles on the year. His 5th might bring in a run. This one is chopped just foul.
Williams, ICC catcher, had what I would say was a good year at ICC this past year. I watched the games that I did catch. It seemed every game I was able to catch in person, he had a hit or had a double at least. So he's a solid hitter.
Doubles machine. This one is grounded over to short and having problems with the play. There is the Crusens shortstop. So whether you want to call it a single or an E6, Williams is aboard. And it's Mason Heitzler now with 2 outs and 2 on. A chance for Brienzo as we're going to get a pinch runner here in the first inning. That's Josh Knight coming in to run for Williamson.
Oh, yeah, Brent Roker.
Yes,
Brent Roker, he lost by like, what, .08 of an inch,
It was definitely a strange derby, one that definitely took some getting used to, and I think one that many people are going to be asking for to return back to just kind of the roots, back to how it used to be.
Yeah, I think I saw something on Twitter today, and it was just like it was a highlight clip. It was a 10-second clip of Josh Hamilton, just like hitting. When Josh Hamilton had that home run derby.
Oh yeah.
It was you got to kind of enjoy the home run. Every pitch.
You got to sit back and just watch it.
And then you lock back in. And now you get guys. It's like, man, this looks exhausting. It's
like
they're running. It's like and then they got to play in the All-Star game. Then Cal Rayleigh has to play. They probably catch 4 innings tonight and hit 4-hole. I mean, he's got to be tired. It's a lot on a guy's back to be that many swings in that little amount of time. So there's a lot of changes in Major League Baseball that not everybody is enjoying, but I guess it's making the games quicker. Right.
Yeah, I guess they say more marketable, quicker sometimes. Whether or not that's actually the case could be up for debate. As Heitzler 2-1. Count here. This one lined up the middle. This might be a run for Brienzo. Kimpin waved around third. He's going to come home. The throw is on the way, but it's offline. And the Orioles strike first here in the top of the first. Now bring up Cade Farquhar, Orioles first baseman. chance to perhaps continue the little hit parade they got going on here. It started with Campen, a single. I believe that, though, that last single there by Heitzler, I think may have been the first hit to the outfield other than that flyout from Garrett that we've seen so far today.
Yeah. Heitzler, when he barrels stuff up, it's hit pretty hard. Farker, another Monmouth guy, as Campen from Monmouth scores. Another Monmouth Scott is up.
That ball gets by the Crusens catcher. Well, that looks like that might be Colton Allen behind the dish. As long as that's number 33.
Yep. He had a really good year hitting and behind the plate for Carl Sandburg this past year, Colton Allen. And he's on a tear again in the Sunday Morning League now. Ooh.
A lot of Carl Sandburg connections on this Crusens Reds team. You know, you look at their roster and where there are a lot of guys that are from. They have a lot of Carl Sandburg guys that went there. They have a lot of guys that went to Galesburg High School, or at least maybe not a lot, but more than your average Sunday Morning League team. So that's kind of their kind of little area to pick from. Obviously, some guys from Monmouth, like Trent Jordan as well. Longtime Sunday Morning League legend, as Farquhar fouls that one back, and it's 1-2.
Oh, yeah, you'll see, some teams, a lot of their college, they'll stick together. A lot of the colleges will stick together. Let's see.
See if Lardy can get out of the inning here. That one is low and away. Count evens up at 2-2. Look at where both these teams are at. We can certainly talk more about this later. Both these teams kind of right in the thick of things. Crusens right now 10-6 on the season. Brienzo's 3 games behind them. They're at 7-9. As that one catches the outside corner. It's a strikeout, a backwards K for Charlie Lardy. And that will do things for the top of the first inning here in the Sunday Morning League game of the week here on Clutch Sports Media. But again, looking at where these teams are at, Zach, obviously they got Crusens at 10-6, Brienzo's at 7-9. They're all chasing Miller Lite at 14-2, and obviously your poor bros Jacks right behind Miller Lite at 11-5 right now. So still lots of time and still plenty of games for these teams to kind of make a move for some playoff seeding.
Yeah, it's definitely a crazy scenario because the playoffs are a 8-team. The 8 and 9 team will have a play-in game, so they'll play one play-in game, and then it's an 8-team double elimination tournament. And really, in that kind of, it's not, I wouldn't call it a one-off, but it is the initial part of the initial part of it. The initial part of the playoffs are a one-off, so any team can beat anybody. But obviously there's teams that are deeper. Some are deeper than others, and some are, maybe top heavy in their rosters. But for the most part, every team is very competitive, and every team, has in the past beaten every team or put up a good fight at least, if not.
Most definitely, it has been a very fun season, and Miller Lite, obviously, it's the only team that we've seen twice this year on Clutch Sports Media so far. Saw them beat the Son of Peoria Sand Gnats, a expansion team to the league. They're at the bottom of the standings right now at 4-4 team. I saw them beat the Sand Gnats a few weeks ago, and then we saw them take down the Tin Lizard Titans again in that game where Clay McConkey set the Sunday Morning League all-time wins record for a league that is over 100 years old. So that is a major, major accomplishment for Clay. Now at 104, I believe, in counting.
104. It's crazy, and there's probably no better guy around. That there's so many great guys, but Clay is just a tremendous person as well, and very beloved and admired around the league. So I couldn't be happy for him individually. And just what he's done as an ambassador for the league, and really taken a real mentorship position on that Falcons team. So shouts out to you, Clay, for just an awesome Sunday morning league career. That's still going now. Every game he pitches, it's potential for history and for the another win for the next guy chasing him.
Most definitely. Well, I know the guy, at least one of the guys chasing him, is still active in the league. Josh Caruso. He's kind of climbing up there as well. So maybe one day he gets to 100. Who knows? Not sure how much gas he's got left in the tank, but he's certainly been one of the Sunday morning league greats. As C.J. Johnson will get things started here for the Crusens in the bottom of the first. We're in number 8. This one is spanked to left, but a great catch made there by the Orioles. The steal, a base hit away.
Williamson.
Yeah, that was Williamson out there and left. What a play.
Yeah, the Loris Duhawk, Adam Williamson. Alma mater of former President Tim Cundiff.
That is correct. Well, Loris has got a nice tradition of producing a lot of talent, a lot of different sports for a D3 school, again, up in Dubuque, Iowa. Yeah. So that will bring up Travis Grant now for Crusens. Where's number 41? And he's hitting .286 on the year, 2 doubles, 1 homer, and 12 RBIs. Which, again, in 16 games, a pretty solid total there for Travis. This one is hit well in the right, but hanging in the air. Might be some trouble and more good glove work in the outfield from the Orioles. That was Mario Garcia out there in right. Two well-hit balls for the Reds and nothing to show for it. So now we'll bring up Jack Kuithi. Hope I'm pronouncing that right.
Yep, Keithy, yep.
That's Jack Keith, an all-star honorable mention player back in 2023. Another Monmouth guy.
He had he suffered a broken foot in 2024, I think, playing basketball. I think that's what happened. So he kind of missed some time last year, but he's back at full strength now, and right in the middle of this, right at the top of this Crusens order, right where he belongs.
Yeah, he's got a double, a homer, and 4 RBIs on the season. 0-2 here as the Reds try and get a 2-out rally going and try and respond to the Orioles' early run. And pitcher Cole Thomas there just went right at him. Didn't try and get him chased or anything, but Cole Thomas is a guy that really has been shouldering a big load for this Brienzo's team in terms of just eating up innings. He's got 34 innings pitched on the year with some solid numbers. The guy with the next most innings, as Keith fouls that away. Out of the next most innings, I believe, unless I'm mistaken, is Landon Sloan, who's got just 13. So he's got more than twice the amount of.
I mean, Cole Thomas is their guy, and definitely the leader of their pitching staff. I know Adam Williamson's a great pitcher, and they got some other guys. Aiden Nemeth was really great last year, and yeah, but Williamson is there. He's got the most college experience. I want to say he's the oldest. Oh, wow.
And what a catch out there for Williamson with no real estate to spare right against the padding in the bullpen. Had to clear some of his teammates out of the way. But, wow, how about the work in the outfield there from Williamson as well as Garcia out and right. And 3 good pieces of contact from Crusens leads to no runs in the bottom of the first. But back to your point again about Thomas and Brienzo's, Zach, he's put up some great numbers and really helped this team become pretty competitive in the Sunday morning league.
Yeah, and he's great. He throws a very firm fastball, great slider, and then also can't forget about the oldest I mentioned is Jacob Campbell. And Jacob Campbell's been really great for them too. There's Anthony Campbell down there, the brother. Oh, no, there's Jacob waving. Hey, Jacob.
So we're through one here at Dozer Park in Peoria. I want to thank all of our Sunday Morning League sponsors, starting with BodyArmor, the official sports drink of the Peoria Sunday Morning League. And we also want to thank Brienzo's Pizza and Bar, a new location up by Grand Prairie, as well as their location in Peoria Heights as well. Great pizza and drinks over at Brienzo's, as well as Crusens. Another good spot for pizza and drinks. Few area locations, including War Memorial in Peoria, as well as Farmington Road. Perhaps maybe if you're part of the younger crowd over there by Bradley. But I want to thank them for their longtime support of the Peoria Sunday Morning League. Get things going here in the top of the second for Brienzo's. This is Ethan Ryder, wearing number 24, and batting seventh for them here today. Looks at a strike low and outside. And Brienzo's last game, which I'm sure you remember, Zach, it was a 13-2 loss to your poor bros. Jax Ryder had the only 2 RBIs on the team in that game. His Brienzo's squad, in their previous matchups against Crusens, have struggled a bit on offense. In fact, they got no hit one of these previous 2 matchups, looking to get their first win against the Reds and avoid the sweep this year as Ryder swings and misses there.
Yeah, we were fortunate enough to, hit a lot of balls hard in that second game. And they really gave us, that first game was they could have gone either way. They took a 3-0 lead on us early, and we kind of climbed back. But this is a tough team to beat and to keep down. So, and obviously they're on Lardy early here, so they're in a good position to control their own destiny in this game.
Most definitely with that early lead. 1 run on 1 hit. They did charge 2 errors to the Reds there in that first inning. This one is chopped and it just rolls foul.
I wonder, I would say that the play to Funk was probably an error, but the Keithy play probably hit. I wonder how we scored that on the game changer. So they made it put that up as an error on the scoreboard.
Potentially up for review. Could take a look at it could take a look at the film after the game. Also take a look at all the rest of the Sunday Morning League broadcasts that we've done this season. We've seen we're doing this game. We've seen every team once so far this year. And Ryder strikes out. It's Lardy's 3rd K of the evening.
That was gross.
He got way out in front of that one. And Lardy's now got 20 strikeouts to 0 walks on the season. Still has not given up a base on balls.
Got a curveball there. It starts off at the armpit and just took off. Very good break there. Looks like a 2-seam. Get some tail action. Pretty over-the-top guy.
It's 0-1 to Garcia. Make that 0-2 after he fouls that one back. Talk about how Lardy has not had a walk this season. Here's a guy, Mario Garcia, who has not struck out this season in 23 plate appearances.
Got a 0-2 right here.
Oh, and there's the broadcast jinx. Apologies to Mario there. You had to know it was going to happen. I shouldn't have said it.
It's all right.
But
Mario is a great contact hitter in the Sunday Morning League and has been known to hit with some pop too. But he'll get another chance.
So it's too quickly down there for Lardy, as now we've reached the bottom of the Orioles order. Let's try and see who this is. We're not able to get lineups sent to us before the game. This is Tyler Kemp for Brienzo's. So
I got him up here. I'm just on the game changer here.
So Tyler Kemp, yep, he's in center.
That one is fouled away. Kemp 2 for 9 on the season. A double and 2 RBIs, so relatively small sample size.
Another Knox guy. Him and Garrett, Andrew Garrett, 2 Knox guys on this team. Joshua Knight, Knox guy.
Shout out to the Prairie Fire up there in Galesburg.
That's right.
A lot of players from around that area in this game today. Is a appeal. He did not go. That makes it 3-1. Or rather 2-1, excuse me. Still, Kemp ahead in the count. Perhaps a chance to open something up here. And the stretch and pitch is lined a little bit of a tough knuckler with some spin on it. The throw a little bit lazy there, and that's going to allow a Kemp to reach. Just that ball had some spin on it. The way it just kind of dropped down, and I think Red second baseman was maybe having some trouble getting that over to first too.
That's a tough play. And Kemp is no slouch when it comes to speed, so he got there in a hurry.
And back to the top of the order, Kempen. This one chopped over to second, and this time Crusens is able to take care of it. And that'll do it for the top of the second. Brienzo still leads 1-0 here over Crusens on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon at Dozer Park. It's sort of summertime, and a lot of those days kind of mesh together a little bit. Obviously, it's somewhat sort of the off season for us here at Clutch Sports Media, but obviously still staying busy with the Sunday Morning League, which is always a ton of fun. Our third year doing it, as well as obviously Peoria City Soccer as well. But obviously getting ready for the high school season as well in the fall. We'll have plenty of content, plenty more broadcasts coming your way in the fall in about 6 weeks or so.
I'm excited. I'm excited for football too.
Exactly. Yeah, we'll definitely be seeing Max Sutter and the Dunlap Eagles and lots of other teams around the area. So stay tuned to our social media, Clutch Sports Media on Facebook and Instagram, Clutch Sports IL on Twitter. We'll have all of your high school sports coverage in Peoria, Bloomington, Normal area. We'll announce our broadcasts there. We'll have plenty of football ones, maybe even some other sports too. And also CSM Overtime, home of all of our written content, where we're going to have previews for a whole heck of a lot of area high school teams, football, volleyball, soccer. So head to ClutchSportsIL.com and subscribe today for all of your high school sports coverage here around Central Illinois. Really excited for another year at CSM. Also want to shout out all of our crew here today, making today's broadcast possible. Mark Wagner behind our camera and Mark Wagner behind our computer, Sydney Barnes behind the camera. Got those two mixed up. And also Will Giftos here, former Illini Bluffs Tigers baseball player, joining us here today as well. I'm Jonathan Michael alongside with Zach Schulte. So, Zach, again, as we kick out the bottom of the second here, I mean, what have kind of been, other than obviously Clay McConkey breaking the record, Miller Lite cruising along, what have been some other kind of storylines, some players, other things to just kind of watch and, down the stretch here coming up in the Sunday Morning League?
I mean, there's been another good surge of young and very talented players. Micah McCoy on our team has came on and really taken the league by storm a little bit, and just his hitting ability. You've seen R.J. Duncan.
Yep.
Brady Bowen plays for the Crusens Reds. There's just a plethora of young talent in the league right now, and I guess some other good names that are guys that have recently graduated college, and Mikey Dunn from Eureka, Chase Ulrich from another one from Eureka.
Yep.
Having just really good years, batting in the upper 400s so far, and early July in the Sunday Morning League. So the guys with experience are playing well, and there's some new guys that are playing very well too. So
Yeah, I saw the incoming group of freshmen. Obviously, you got Duncan and you got Brendan Coventry too, an starter for behind the dish for Miller Lite, but another big name. And
Brady Booth has been really good for us.
Yeah, the Tremont Turk.
Yeah, I mean, in him and McCoy, but I mean they could play second, they could play third, they could play short, they could play corner outfield. And
that's the nice thing about having the younger guys on the teams. You can really just probably put them anywhere, and they'll probably say, "Yes, sir, coach."
Yeah, yeah. They're a lot of them. They're just happy to be here and happy to play with guys that, normally they wouldn't ever have a chance of playing with. Within their 4-year their 4-year service at their high school or 4-year service at their college that typically they wouldn't get the pleasure of playing with. So.
Here's Frank Kelch digging in here for Crusens. He's at a 2-2 count here. It's a new pitcher on the mound for Brienzo's. It's Dane McCormick, who's thrown 5 1/3 innings, an ERA over 6. He does have 1 save on the year.
Carl Sandberg, great facial hair too, great mustache.
And Kelch strikes out there. It's been a bit of a tougher season for him. He's been used to some bigger numbers. Maybe trying to turn things around, but here's a guy who's been performing well, like you mentioned earlier, Colton Allen.
Yeah.
Not sure if he is a league rookie or not. Zach, maybe you had to help me out there.
He is a rookie. He is a rookie. So he'll be in that discussion, that Rookie of the Year discussion. I'll just highlight some other names that have been really hot this year. Jimmy Driscoll from Tin Lizard Titans. An experience, I don't know his exact age off the top of my head, maybe 26 or so around there, but he's got 15 hits and a 5.17 average. Chase Ulrich is up there with a 4.69 average. Brock Luna, another rookie. He's from Central College, I believe.
Yeah,
it's called. He drives from Galesburg. I want to say, maybe it's Geneseo.
I think he might have been from around the Quad Cities
area.
Yes, I was
right.
doing some research on him for one of our first games.
Yes.
He's been having a massive year.
Steven Stuffelbeam, I want to say Spoon River, for Firehouse. He's got 17. He leads the league in hits with 17 hits. Fast catcher. And then Alex Atunas, Sound of Peoria. He's been a real bright spot for the Sound of Peoria team.
Yep.
Mikey Dunn. Ethan Sosnowski with 16 hits. Had the bomb in the McConkey 104 game.
Yeah, that was a absolute mood shot. That was right off the bat. Everyone knew that ball was gone. And again, Sunday Morning League, Wood Bat League, home runs aren't seen too terribly often. I'm curious to see if we're going to get anything get one today, or maybe one that's even just close today. I know what the exact dimensions are at Dave Rogers Field over in East Peoria at the East Side Center are compared to here at Dozer Park.
Yeah, the little taller fence for sure.
Yeah, definitely a taller fence.
Deeper
that
to
is
center.
For sure. But you do have the batter's eye out there, so that's probably a nice touch.
Yeah. I remember it was one year we were here, maybe 2 years ago, or the first time we did the Dozer Series, maybe 3 years ago. Justin Jansen put one over the red umbrellas out there in right field. So it's been done. The science it's possible. I'm just gonna list off a couple names of some more top hitters. Sosnowski, Noah Campbell, who's a University of South Carolina Beaufort guy from ICC from East Peoria. Chris Finn having a great year for Miller Lite. Grant Hackney from Eureka College having a really good year for Tin Lizard. 15 hits, 357 average. You got Duncan. He's got 9 hits and some limited work. And then Adam Williamson, 14 hits. I believe he leads Brienzo's with 14 hits. Hey, Tim.
It certainly does. It's our good friend Tim Cundiff here also taking in the games, former league president and Miller Lite Falcon. Still currently a Falcon as Stuffelbeam lines this one to left, and that's going to drop in front of Williamson. Brienzo's made some good plays in the outfield there in that first inning, but that one just sunk a bit too much for Williamson to get to. As this will bring up Caden Spencer.
Fun fact for you, Reed Stufflebeam, no relation to Steven Stufflebeam. I think it's actually...
You've got to be kidding me.
I think it's actually... so it's Stufflebeam with a B-E-E. B-E-E-M is Reed Stufflebeam, and Steven Stufflebeam is B-E-A-M. So.
I could have sworn that those two were related. They're the only two people I've ever come across with the last name Stufflebeam. Yeah. So I assumed there was some relation. Now, here's one for you, Zach. I was doing prep today, saw that Brienzo's has Parker Phyllis, Crusens has Peyton Phyllis. Are those two players related at all, or is that another coincidence, or do you not know?
They gotta be. I think they're related.
Didn't mean to stump you there or put you on the spot or anything. I was just.
I think they are related. Well, I think they both. I'm pretty sure they both went to. Peyton Phyllis went to IC, and I think Parker Phyllis also went to IC. Yes, they both went to IC, so that would
probably
encourage
the fact they are probably brothers or cousins, something
of
that sort.
Yeah.
Caden Spencer's got 2 outs and a runner on first base. It's Stufflebeam. 2-1 count is lifted in between left and center. This is Kemp's ball, though, and he reels it in on the run. That ends the threat for Crusens in the bottom of the second. So Dave McCormick is scoreless in his inning of work, and it appears, Zach, that, again, according to our league intern and a PA announcer today, Brock Alkire, he said the Orioles are going to have a new pitcher for every inning today. So we may see a true bullpen game in earnest for them. It's been some time since their last game. It's been a few days. You probably got a lot of fresh guys. So yes, it's the strategy that manager Tim Campbell wanted to go with for today's game. It's kind of keep everybody still somewhat fresh, and really no one would be off the table then for the next game, I guess.
No, right. It's a good strategy if you got the guys to do it for and you're confident in every guy for a singular game. Looks like we got Jacob Campbell warming up in the bullpen, and then we have. On the mound for Crusens, warming up is Ian Donaldson, last year's Game 3 in the championship series winner.
Yeah, Donaldson, again, another good pitcher for Crusens, and that's really a big reason why the Reds have been able to, again, be competitive in the Sunday Morning League again. Reigning champions are 10-6 this year. That puts them in third for right now, but still definitely within reach of Poor Bros Jacks and the Miller Lite Falcons. But looking at what Crusens has done pitching-wise, 50 runs allowed, 16 games. Quick math, it's about 3 or so runs allowed per game. And they've scored 73 on the year. But you look at some of the numbers that these Crusens pitchers have had. Obviously, you had Lardy, with those great numbers as well. Donaldson pitching well this season, 2.19 ERA, 16 innings pitched. And you got Andrew Ponce out of Knox College, 0.33 ERA and 21 innings pitched. He's been electric, and obviously you got Jack Barham, too, who's been a pretty solid pitcher, too, for Crusens. So, really, again, it's a pitching staff that can take you deep into, I was going to say October, but deep into August, in this case here in the Sunday Morning League.
Yeah. Yeah, there's as good as it gets, especially when it comes playoff time. These they turn it on and really become a very hard team to score runs on.
Here's Garrett to lead things off for Brienzo's. He's behind the count 0-2. Here's Townsend. Breaking ball is fouled off nearly into the Reds' dugout.
Probably left that over the plate just a little bit more than he would have liked, but still nothing hurt. Still got him 0-2 right where he wants him.
So Garrett will get a chance to do it again. Again, Williamson on deck and Williams in the hole for Brienzo's. All three pretty dangerous batters. Here's the 0-2 to Andrew Garrett.
Here we go.
That one is hit well into the outfield. That one's going to find the Bermuda Triangle just over the outstretched glove of Noah Funk, who made a heck of a stab at it.
Yep.
That's the third base hit officially of the game for Brienzo's. They have two people reach who they thought might be singles. They gave them errors. But Brienzo's been hitting the ball well so far, and that'll be Adam Williamson back up now. Williamson is a Streeter graduate. That's where he played his high school ball, well east of here in Peoria.
Yep. We talked about it.
And here's the former Loris Duhawk, Adam Williamson. Runner on first, and a big, healthy cut there, well out in front of that breaking pitch there from Donaldson. Donaldson, a graduate of Carl Sandburg College, again, junior college up there in Galesburg. He played his high school ball at Dunlap. As here's the 0-1. Well inside and gets past the catcher, Allen. That will send Garrett over to second. Nearly grazed the jersey.
I think we have Algmeyer behind the plate now for nope. Looks like it. Can't tell there. Looks like it just
that is true. We do have a switch at catcher. That is Zach Almager. We're number 1. So
like Noah Funk coming out with some sort of leg, a little leg injury. Jack Barham looks like he subbed in, plays second base, and Spencer moves over to short.
So that you said that was Barham to short.
Barham to second.
Barham to second.
Spencer to short.
So some defensive switches here for the Reds. Everybody's getting in the game here in this Dozer series, and frankly, Zach, I wouldn't be surprised to see most of these teams, play a lot of these players, give them the chance to say, hey, you played a Dozer.
Yeah.
You got out there. No one wants to come to Dozer Park and get all excited, wake up excited.
Yeah.
Come over here and then just to sit on the bench. So
yeah.
I'm sure we'll probably see a lot of players take the field here. We'll try and keep up with all those substitutions as best as we can.
Especially with a single game. And all these players on the teams are worthy of playing. It's just sometimes, there's only 9 spots. So the managers are going to do a good job of getting everybody in. We were able to get most everyone in last night with Poor Bros. I saved one guy to pitch because I got a game on Wednesday. So I did save a guy or two. I saved a guy or two to pitch for us on Wednesday. So, but yeah, it's a total team effort, and you're only as good as your weakest link, and that goes without saying sometimes.
Most definitely. Here's Colton Williams, cleanup batter for Brienzo, singled his first time up. Helped set the table for Mason Heitzler's RBI. Heitzler's on deck. Now is his 6th RBI of the season, back in the first inning. And Donaldson looks in against the Orioles first baseman, steps off the mound. Shadows right now, a big factor at Dozer Park. You got the pitcher and about probably 4/5 of the field in the light right now, although the third base side and the Orioles dugout and nearly the shortstop is all shadowed at the moment as Williams swings and misses 0-2. I'd be tough as a hitter, and that ball, comes in. It starts on the light, ends up in the shadows. I know it's a big American Family Field problem, being from Milwaukee, that dome or whatever. Just the way it's constructed really can make some shadows pretty interesting for those afternoon games.
Yeah.
And Williams strikes out there.
It's definitely once around 7:10 comes around, usually about this time of year, then you're fully in the shadow, and it is difficult picking up the ball, going from sunlight to a pretty dark shadow. But I think the Chiefs play most of their games. They start at 7, so they don't run into it.
Well, we're trying to get in 2 games here tonight.
Yep.
Again, we'll just have this one for you on ClutchSportsIL.com. But, again, it's part of a Dozer series that every team gets to play here at Dozer Park. And so we'll have a game, again, coming up at 8 p.m. tonight.
Yeah, that'll be between the Tin Lizard Titans and for the first time. We had a 9-team league. The first time since 1998, since the Sunday Morning Leagues had a 9-team league. So,
as Heitzler ropes that one to the left side hard, and Rutter's going to come around to score. Throw is late. Heitzler's going to go to second here. Ball got past the catcher, Almaguer. Heads up play by Heitzler. He's got his second RBI of the evening. Have a day, Mason Heitzler.
Now batting first baseman number 28.
So
But yeah, back to that Dozer series.
Yeah. So we got 9 teams now. So we play every year. And this is the better half of the past decade. We've been playing Mike Dunn's 18U Peoria Legion team, and we've been playing them. Every team plays them once. So we figured, why not? Why not bring them on at Dozer? They're a very respectable 18U team. They've beaten our teams in the past, and they have, quality pitching, some big time players, including
a lot of Richwoods guys on that team.
A lot of Richwoods guys. I think Christian Ferrari, a Dunlap kid, all conference first baseman. Grant Bramer,
IVC guy.
So they got they got some names, but they're going to be very competitive with Tin Lizard tonight.
It should be a good one, and again, a great opportunity for the Peoria Legion Pirates as well. Cade Farquhar back up for the Orioles. He struck out looking his first time up to end the first inning. And Heitzler, that good base running, puts him on second base here with 2 outs.
Farquhar, the Monmouth scout. Williams Field.
Right? Lace foul.
Williams, yep, he's a Williams Field guy.
Obviously, Williams Field, their high school, is now pretty much for all sports. They co-op with Rova High School.
Right.
So Rova Williams Field, the Cougars.
Yeah.
Farquhar on the season is 3 doubles, 7 RBIs, hitting just under 300.
Yeah, all those guys from Williams Field, they're just big dudes. Jackson Strom pitches for Sandnats. I think Talon Hall plays for Sandnats too. And those guys are also just big dudes.
Out and grounded up the middle there from Farquhar. Nice play there from Barham, the new shortstop for Crusens, and throws out Farquhar there at first base. That will do it for the end of at least the top of the third inning. We're at the bottom of the third here again on Clutch Sports Media. Thank you for tuning in here today, wherever you are, whatever you may be doing. Glad you're with us here for some great Sunday Morning League baseball. And we want to remind you that today's coverage is brought to you by BodyArmor, the official sports drink of the Peoria Sunday Morning League. And I know he may not like me shouting him out again on the broadcast, but Tim Cundiff just stopped by and dropped us all off some BodyArmor. He's got some great flavors here: orange mango, strawberry, banana as well. So lots of different flavors here. BodyArmor, definitely give that a try next time you're out at the grocery store. I also want to thank Brienzo's Pizza and Bar for their sponsorship of the Brienzo's Orioles. Now in their third year in the league now, if I'm correct. They were an expansion team when we started broadcasting for them. I've seen them grow throughout the years. And also Crusens, the sponsor of the Reds. Also want to shout out all the other sponsors that make the Sunday Morning League and these broadcasts of the PSML possible.
Oh yeah, they've done a good job and Tim Campbell's done a good job of retaining these guys and developing them into some really good ball players. I swear Adam Williamson comes back every summer and he's 5-10 pounds of muscle bigger. Like obviously he's going out there, he's working working out with a college weightlifting program, but they've all developed into very, very good ball players, and just a great. Tim Campbell's done a great job with this team, and you see, it's fun to see 22 guys or 20 to 22 guys all cheer each other on, and that's exactly what this Brienzo's team does, as does the Crusens team as well. But it's hard sometimes when you have a new team come in and maybe not gel all right away, but they figured it out quick, and they became competitive very quick.
Yeah, they certainly did. They were a solid team last year, and again, looking to take another step. Again this season as Keegan Busby steps in. Again, Brienzo 7-9 right now on the season, and they are in 6th right now in the league, 1 game behind the Move Smart Mariners and a game and a half above the Tin Lizard Titans. Titans also have 7 wins. They're at 7-12. They've played 3 more games than Brienzo's has. Again, he was 7-9. Crusens trying to get out of a tie with the Coles Diamond Gallery Royals for 3rd place. Both those teams at 10-6. And Busby hits this one hard into left. And coming in making the catch, that's Williamson yet again over in left field.
Now batting number 11, Jack Barham.
Now, still some of the first times we're seeing some of these Reds bat. This is the number 9 hitter, Jack Barham, and who came in for Noah Funk, who started the game at shortstop, but pulled maybe pulled a leg muscle and kind of came out of the game. So a little bit of a loss there for the Reds. Funk was an all-star honorable mention in 2023. But we're going to look at Barham, who's 2 for 5 on the season at the plate with 2 doubles and an RBI.
Yeah. Barham gets, pushed more into some PO role, but he could definitely swing it, and he could definitely play a solid infield. If I can remember correctly, at Dunlap, he was a solid 2-way guy at Dunlap, and a really great pitcher at Carl Sandburg, and with this Crusens Reds team the past few years.
I remember seeing Barham in the game that, at least one of the games we broadcasted for the Reds last season, as he draws a walk, so good plate discipline there. But I remember the game we saw, I don't remember what his line was, but Barham pitched pretty solidly in that game.
Oh, yeah.
So now it's back to the top of the order for the Reds, and C.J. Johnson, who had a hard line drive to left, but found the webbing of Williamson's glove. New pitcher for Brienzo's. Again, it looks like they're going to be using a different one each inning today. And it's the son of their manager, Jacob Campbell, who's got 7 innings thrown on the year, a ERA of 2 right on the dot, an 0-1 record, and a pretty good strikeout to walk ratio, 15-3 in those 7 innings so far. This one also hit well into left. This one's going back. It's going to get down nearly to the track. Barham is going to third. He'll stop there. And the Reds are threatening now to tie this game back up. Runners on second and third with 1 out.
C.J. Johnson, co-college. That's where he's from. There he is. From Monmouth Roseville High School, C.J. Johnson.
Now the Titans.
Yeah, he's a co-college co-hawk.
Yeah, out there in Iowa, a lot of good D3 NAIA schools out there in Iowa.
Did a little bit of both. Did a little bit of pitching through 7 innings. And so
Meanwhile, Travis Grant comes up, 0-1 on him. Chance to do some damage here. Talking about Iowa, Travis Grant played club baseball at Iowa back in the day, so.
That's right. I want to say he was a club baseball, and I'm pretty positive on this, club baseball national champion.
Wow.
So, I mean, there was no slouch, with their team. They could probably put up with some good NCAA teams, whether it be, I don't know. It's hard to make a comp with the club ball team sometime, but I would say that they'd give about any team run for their money with that he was on at the Iowa club team.
And Grant swings and misses there, so a key strikeout there for Campbell. So all this Iowa talk, and Grant, in the end, not able to bring it in. So I'll bring up Jack Keith. And as you probably very likely heard, the final countdown, at least for the Reds here in this bottom half of the third inning. Don't want to spoil this opportunity if you're Crusens. Again, still a tight enough game, but runners on second and third, less than 2 outs. You're always trying to bring at least somebody home in that situation.
Jack Keith, you got the right guy up for it.
Keith, the number 3-hole batter for the Reds today, as well as their third baseman, takes a look at a strike.
Keithy, a stirrup guy. You don't see that a lot often, but you have to respect it.
Yeah, I really do. I really do. I remember when I was a kid watching the St. Louis Cardinals a lot. As that one gets through the wickets of Garrett, 1 run's going to score. And a hard ground ball gets passed into the outfield, so I think that's probably going to be scored in E5. So probably no RBI officially for Keith, at least we assume. But they have the lead, and it's 2-1. Brienzo's in front.
He does the job, puts the pressure on them make the play. No lazy fly balls.
Now you got Frank the Tank Kilch. Runners on the corners and 2 outs. And, boy, I bet he would love a home run right about now. He's got one of them on the year. Does not have a double or other extra base hit.
Coming at us.
That one fouled back and directly above us.
Just missed these folks over here.
I did not bring my glove today. I'm not sure if we're going to be expecting many foul balls back here. I think it's possible we could get one, but I wouldn't say it's likely. We'll take an interesting launch angle. Reach where we are here under the concourse. Kelch, big swing and a miss, 0-2.
Kelch today was building a house. He came in very dirty jeans. I said, Frank, what were you doing today? He said, I was building a house. So credit to him for a lot of these guys. Obviously, they got their summer jobs.
Just getting off work.
Some guys are coming off their full-time jobs and are in the workforce. And Kelch is at Kansas Wesleyan, but he's working his full-time summer job. So credit to him for getting off work and getting here, hitting in the 4-hole tonight.
And Kelch unable to make contact there, so the Reds strand 2, but they score 1. It's 2-1 Brienzo's here through 3 innings. We had a good one on our hands, and the Peoria Sunday Morning League Game of the Week. But, Zach, I was always wondering, what these guys, how many of these guys are, I think you can, most guys you probably know, okay, are they coming for full-time jobs? Are they, if they're high school or college kids, maybe they're working at, wherever high school and college kids work nowadays during the summer and everything. But but the guys that put in 9 to 5s or the 8 to 3s or whatever you may have, those are the guys that really it's just all the more impressive to see what they do, because it's can be long days, especially if you're working outside in the summer heat like Frank Kelch is.
Yeah, I mean a prime example is Brady Brecklin does for us. Works in a garage. Yeah, he's a great mechanic, and it's hot in that garage that he works at. But he comes out even in the hot sun last night, and plays as good a shortstop as anybody can play. So, but there's a number of guys that are coming from their full-time job or their summer job that they just got during school to try to make a few bucks to take back to college with them, and nobody's making any money. Everybody's here because they love to play. So that's what makes it really a special. So.
Exactly. Again, the oldest amateur baseball league in America, the Peoria Sunday Morning League. And we're proud to be just a small part of it here at Clutch Sports Media. Getting ready for the top of the fourth. For Brienzo's, it'll be Ethan Ritter. They'll lead things off at 7-8-9 for the Orioles. So it's Mario Garcia on deck and Tyler Kemp we will also see as well. See if the Reds have rolled out a new pitcher or not. That still looks like number 15 to me, so Donaldson back out for any number 2.
Looks like Brandon Coates is just hanging out in the bullpen, kind of getting loose.
Yep.
The Monmouth guy. Big pitcher.
One player who I know we're not going to see, probably for Crusens today, unless something miraculous happens, is Wyatt Pearson. Pearson, a recent Delavan graduate, as this one is chopped over to first, and Kilch wins the race to the bag. But unfortunate situation about Wyatt Pearson. Again, great player at Dunlap, just graduated and was playing in an all-star game down in Bloomington, and got hit with a pitch pretty much almost right in the eye.
Yeah.
And just underwent surgery today, according to his conference mate and buddy Will Giftos, who's here working with us at CSM today. So Wyatt Pearson is probably not going to be playing anytime super soon, but thankfully he is all right and hoping to get back out there soon, I think.
Our thoughts are with Wyatt. Maurerman actually told me that, and he was like, hey, we lost a guy to injury, so we're kind of we're adjusting our playoff roster, but that's a tough break, and I hate to see that in an all-star game.
In an all-star game too. I mean, that's just about as unfortunate as it gets. As Mario Garcia fouls that one off, he is behind 0-2. And great evening here at Dozer Park. Great weather outside. The concessions are opening too. Lots of fans enjoying that. I mean, it's really is the entire atmosphere. They got the walk-up songs, the PA as Garcia strikes out. That's 2 strikeouts now for Ian Donaldson.
Here's Kemp.
It might be 4. I can't remember if Lardy just pitched the first inning or the first inning.
Lardy went the first and second. Donaldson.
So that would give.
Wait. This is the top of the 4th.
Yep.
So, yep, that's right. Well, Lardy went the first 2.
Yeah, so Lardy with 4 strikeouts. It's 2 now for Donaldson. Here's Tyler Kemp. He singled his first time up. One low and in the dirt. Not much wind here today at Dozer Park. See the American flag out there in left center field hanging, not completely limp, but just kind of barely moving around.
Yeah.
Captain looks at another ball, 2-0.
I'm sure it's hot in the sun. We're in the shade, but a breeze would be nice, but also $1 million would be nice.
Yeah. No kidding. And there's a check swing, and he went. That makes it 2-1 on Kemp. Brienzo's, they got the better dugout tonight, obviously third base side, so they're all in the shade. Crusens has been in the sun for most of the game, but the part of their dugout now is starting to get a little bit more shaded, so they're starting to get a little relief. Good eye there from Kemp. Watches that go by for ball 3, and it's a full count. Donaldson could get out of this inning with just one more pitch. And perhaps give Crusens the opportunity to tie this one back up in the bottom or take the lead. Gotta bring him up on strike 3, and Kemp thought it was ball 4. But that's 2 strikeouts in the inning for Ian Donaldson, the Carl Sandburg Charger. So more great pitching. And that is now 6 out of the last 7 Orioles retired by Donaldson. So the Reds are starting to kind of settle in on the mound. And we'll see a new man on the mound, most likely here for Brienzo's in the bottom of the 4th. That's number 3. That's Griffin Self out of North Park University.
Griffin Self a few weeks ago threw a 5-inning no-hitter against Cole's Diamond Gallery. So this is should be interesting.
Hey,
Self is the former Crusens Red, actually himself, no pun intended. But he's got 1.47 ERA, 1-0 record with 1 save, 20 strikeouts, and 4 walks on the season.
Nice. Yeah. Griffin Self is a two-way pitcher-catcher. And
Pitcher-catcher, wow.
Yeah, that's a hard position to be two-way, but he does it well. He just has a cannon. This dude has a cannon for an arm behind the plate. I don't know if they're going to be able to get him behind the plate tonight. They'd have to make so how the rules are set up. The starter can re-enter, just as in we implemented that a few years back, just to get guys more. It's summer baseball, so just to get guys more at bats, more opportunity for players, so you're not forced to, abide by standard MLB rules in that regard. When it comes to substitution, just get guys more playing time. But I don't know if they're going to be able to get him in the catch. But I love watching, and Cole Williams does a great job too. But Griffin Self, he does a great job receiving balls. As a two-way pitcher-catcher.
As a ground out there, that was Zach Almager for Crusens. That now Reed Stufflebeam will dig in here for Crusens. He's in 276 on the year, 2 doubles, a triple, and 3 RBIs. He's got a solid eye, too. He's got 9 walks to 8 strikeouts on the season. Reached base via a single his first time up, and that one
that would have been the one.
Nearly headed our direction.
Yeah, it could definitely get to us here.
Stufflebeam, his single is the only hit so far of the game for the Reds. Again, in case you're just tuning in, Brienzo scored in the top of the first right away. RBI single from Mason Heitzler with 2 outs. Then they went up 2-0 in the top of the third. That one is ripped into the netting.
Hardly have to say heads up anymore with the it's full. It's fully in.
No more line drives headed into the seats, and far less foul balls for kids to chase now that they extended the netting all the way recently. Chiefs were one of the last teams around to do that, and some people really did like having the no nets because more foul balls is more authentic and more chance to get souvenirs and everything. But new rules by MLB said that even though they're not in the MLB, they obviously have to, and Stufflebeam strikes out. So definitely ballparks definitely kind of a different feel from at least what they were back when I was a kid. I remember going to Quad Cities River Bandits games back in the Quad Cities trying to get foul balls, and it's still possible, but just not quite as much.
I was here last week, PSML night on Friday, and there in the grass area, balls will still get trapped in between the fence they have going out to the street. And they'll bounce off that fence and then come back in, and kids will be able to get them. But it does take away. I mean, I remember just sitting with my buddies, and we're 6, 7, 8, 9 years old, not really paying attention, just messing around on the grass. All of a sudden, whoosh, line drive comes and like, oh, all right, we're good. Everybody's good. But
my favorite is always the race that ensues between all those kids. I mean, whenever, especially when I've been here working Bradley baseball games too, as well as Chiefs games. I've been here for some of those, but every time there's just usually ball goes down. It's just all-out race. Usually ends with one of the kids sliding. Sometimes they'll even slide down the hill. They'll overshoot the ball and everything. It's really just peak television right there, honestly.
Yeah. It's fun. They're having fun. Ooh.
Caden Spencer up now. Looks at the ball. It evens it up at 2-2.
Good slider.
That was a good pitch there from, again, Griffin Self, the fourth pitcher of the game for Brienzo's. And they started with Cole Thomas. Then they went to Dane McCormick. Then Jacob Campbell had the third. Now Self is going to have the fourth. Here's 2-2, low and away. So that draws it full now for Spencer, who has just one walk on the season coming into tonight. Spencer had 3 hits against Brienzo's in the previous matchup back on June 26th. Again, that was a win for his team. That one fouled back and onto the street. No net's going to get that one most likely. You never know. And right on cue, they play the
good animation soundtrack there.
They play the good old-fashioned car crashing, lights breaking sound. Full count now to Spencer. 2 outs, bases empty, swing and a miss, and Griffin Self strikes out 2 in the bottom of the 4th. So the revolving door of pitchers, pretty much all of them have been succeeding to some extent so far today. We got a good one on our hands heading now into the 5th. It's the Brienzo's Orioles 2, Crusens 1 here on the Sunday Morning League Game of the Week on ClutchSportsIL.com. I want to thank all of our sponsors that helped make today's broadcast possible. Again, starting with BodyArmor, the official sports drink of the Sunday Morning League. Great, refreshing hydration, comes in a variety of flavors. And I'm sipping one right here as we speak for the last few innings, and I got to say, pretty solid. I am feeling refreshed as well on this hot summer afternoon. I also want to thank Brienzo's for their sponsorship of the Orioles during the Sunday Morning League. Got locations in the Peoria Heights as well as a new location out by Grand Prairie right there on Orange Prairie Road across from Hy-Vee. Also Crusens, the sponsor of the Crusens Reds. They got several area locations as well. Definitely check both those places out for great pizza and drinks. On to the top of the 5th as we go here at Dozer Park. I'm Jonathan Michael. Next to me is Sunday Morning League President Zach Schulte here with me in the booth. As we're going to try and get a look at who the Reds got on the mound and see if that's Donaldson yet again or not. And I believe it is. So Donaldson's going to eat some more innings here for the Reds. But as we head into the 5th, Zach, I got to ask, obviously you're just a encyclopedia of knowledge with the Sunday Morning League. You've seen and done it all. Really, what is maybe your most kind of funny or odd moment that's ever happened in the Sunday Morning League that would maybe at least be appropriate for television?
Maybe
there's a few as well.
Just a crazy thing just really recently. Carlos Sanabria. I don't know if you've heard the name.
Yep. Former MLB pitcher with Firehouse, right?
Former, and I believe 2000. A member of the 2019. He pitched a couple games with the Houston Astros.
Yep.
He has a 412 career innings, and he's pitching against our team last Sunday. And obviously gave us fits. They beat us. And that's stuff like that's crazy. We had in 2020 we had a guy named I can't quite remember, Oscar Hernandez. Yeah, Oscar Hernandez. He happened to stumble through the area after being, it was a weird year where, there wasn't minor league baseball
Sure,
going
yeah,
on.
yes.
And he was a catcher. He caught in a game, a Sunday morning league game on a Wednesday night, and just laser. Like, it was like 93, 94 miles an hour from home to second. We're watching him like throw the ball down, and we're like, okay, nobody's stealing any bases today. We're not doing that. And he plays a few games with Coles that week, and all of a sudden on Sunday, I turn on the TV, and he's the starting catcher for the Arizona Diamondbacks. That it's like it's crazy.
Unbelievable.
Stuff like that. I mean, I could just oh yeah,
that is wild. As Eric Kempen pops out there, 2 shortstop, 1 down here in the top of the 5th. But it's always cool, when you have the players that start out young, the guys that come out of high school, guys that are in college, and then you see them kind of blossom into professional players, even just for in the minor league system. But it's also really cool when you have those guys that have been there before, like Santabria. He's I mean, even though I think he only pitched a few innings for the Astros, I think he still has a ring because he was part of the team.
Exactly.
And everything. I know he also pitched in some independent leagues as well. I know he pitched for Geary South Shore Railcats last season, I know. As well, but Oscar Hernandez, I did not know about that. That is absolutely wild. And
yeah, he only played a few games, but it was just like he just used it as like his little minor league rehab stint. And I was like, okay, this is. I think he caught like a few games, and then he just would rope multiple doubles. But yeah, then there's that. I think what catches a lot of guys' eyes, the young kids, is seeing what caught my eye anyways coming in when I was 19 years old, was seeing a guy like Josh Caruso and Clay McConkey kind of like how they were preparing for the game. So I just got done playing at Washington High School where our warm-up pitchers, I mean, Washington High School, incredible program, great program, but there was not to the extent of what the preparation that they were doing at the level of preparation that some of these older veteran pitchers were doing before the game. It made me feel like, which we are, a part of something bigger that you could see these older players, the preparation, the time they put in, and they're not getting paid. They play because they love to. They play because they love to play, and the preparation helps protect their bodies. It's I was talking with Josh Blom this morning. We were talking. He's came in with a little shoulder tendonitis, elbow tendonitis, and he's got to do a lot of extra care to be pitching into his late 30s. Yeah. And he may be even older than that. I don't want to speak in truths, but I believe he's up there. But there's a lot of maintenance that needs to be done, and some of the young guys, we can only, as I'm older now, here's a ground ball.
As Williamson is able to beat it out, that throw gets by the first baseman, Kelch. That one spanked right back up the middle with 2 outs. So it's still could be a single, could be an E6. We'll see what they officially score. But either way, Williamson on base for the cleanup batter now, Colton Williams, as Brienzo tries to build on their lead. Back to your point, Zach.
Well, the older guys get it's sometimes those injuries, they don't heal. They never heal. So it's basically a condition. I try to just warn guys, hey, this is a condition. You may have this condition where this part of your body may need extra care and extra rehab. You got to ice. You got to, sometimes on game day, the day before game day, you might have to eat anti-inflammatory diet. If and that stuff like that could go a long way, but. I guess some young guys.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, it's interesting because there's these guys that have been around the league for a long time. Then they treat it like a job, but again, this is not their job. Obviously, it's amateur baseball. So, love the discipline there. It's Williams waves at 1, 0-2. Donaldson's got again
going in. This is his 3rd inning. About to finish his 3rd inning here. Top of 5.
Yeah, he's got 3 strikeouts so far. Allowed 3 hits, and 1 run. in relief of their starter, Charlie Lardy. 0-2 on Williams. This one is popped up. Kelch looks like he's got it lined up. Barely has to move. And he's got it high above his head. And that'll do it in the top of the 5th. Brienzo's stuck on a number right now. Crusens trying to get back to it and tie this one up or take the lead as we head into the bottom of the 5th here at Dozer Park. Again, a great night out here in downtown Peoria. And again, this is just the first game tonight. We won't have the second game for you on Clutch Sports Media, but still plenty of time if you're in the area to come out to the ballpark to see the Tin Lizard Titans take on the Peoria Legion Pirates, who are just kind of getting ready right behind us here in the booth on the concourse. So cool opportunity for everybody here involved for the Dozer Park series. And, Zach, I bet, scheduling this, probably a no-brainer to do it on the week where I believe minor league baseball, most leagues are having their all-star weekends.
Yeah.
I believe from now until about Thursday or so. So.
Yeah, if this is kind of what we got to work with, but I like how it kind of fell into our schedule, where the single game we're playing early in the week, where a lot of teams weren't able to play this Sunday, so where we didn't have some field availability, but we were able to get games in earlier this week, so that also teams could play this next weekend.
Oh, and pitcher for Brienzo is number 12. I do not have a 12 on my roster right now, although I think
John Baker.
Yes, this is John Baker, and unfortunately, apologies to John. I was making my sheets with all the roster numbers and everything, and I almost had a room for everybody, but I was one too many players on Brienzo's, and unfortunately, I had to leave out the guy with the least amount of innings pitched. That was Jake Baker, but we do get to see.
Sorry.
Yeah, but we do get to see Mr. Baker here today. So far this season, he's got 4 innings pitched, and he's got an 0-1 record. And an ERA of 12.5. So a smaller sample size. ERA obviously a little inflated. Well, we'll see what he can do. He's got 1 strikeout and 5 walks as well.
He's got some good movement. I think he's just one of those guys. He's waiting to find his fitting a little bit, but he's on the brink, and
yeah,
I'd like to see how he does here. I think he's going to do well.
And he'll get started against a pinch hitter for the Reds. This is Dyson Adkins, number 20 for the Reds. He's looking for his first hit on the year. He's 0 for 14, but does have an RBI and a run. So see if Dyson can get his first hit here on CSM. This one is grounded over to second, and Kempen over to Farker. Puts him away. So he'll have to wait a little bit longer for that first hit as Jack Barham gets set here. And Barham came in for Funk at shortstop, walked his first time up.
Here we go.
And the Reds just have 1 hit on the day so far. Again, they've had a few base runners. Barham reached with the walk, and Keith reached on an error. I don't know. There are 2 hits. There's a double from Johnson, single from Stufflebeam. So 2 hits for the Reds today, and officially 5 for Brienzo's, at least at the moment.
Yeah, I think they got on the
Barham
Dozer scoreboard here. Is
looks at one low.
Ruled that one in air, but got 2 hits too. That's okay. They're behind. 2 hits for Crusens. You're right on the money.
Yep. We will get to see the top of the order back again for the Reds here this inning. They'll wrap around with Johnson on deck, and Travis Grant if it can reach there as well. Perhaps this is the best chance for Crusens. This one hit well into left. Going back, fighting the sun is Williamson. That's his third solid catch of the evening out there in left. He has really kept some big hits for the Reds off the board. I've seen lots and lots of just great fielding plays. Every game that, I don't know if this is just when we show up or just if it's an everyday thing, but we have seen some really good fielding plays in our CSM Games of the Week here on the Sunday Morning League this week. All of the highlights that are on the Twitter page, seemingly at least half of them are all defensive highlights. There's been some doozies.
Definitely some web gems. I mean, it's
the home run robbery last game was amazing.
Yeah, that was, I mean, right at the fence, either a home run or off the yellow there by Braden Brown, the Morton high school standout.
Now here's Johnson, fouls it back. And you've seen diving plays. We've seen guys almost going over the fence in foul territory. We've seen these guys just laying out. I mean, really, offense comes at a premium in this league.
For sure.
So many good pitchers and also lots of good fielders as well. Johnson swings and misses on one in the dirt.
Wood bat, some guys are using a bomb bat, but even those, the barrel is the sweet spot is not big, and it's not like using a Cat 9 or a $450 metal bat that you can have some room for error. Here's a nice piece.
Now it hit well into right. And he dropped it. That was Garcia fighting the Sun.
Josh Knight.
And the Sun won that battle. And that's going to be an E9. Almost certainly as C.J. Johnson reaches there. A tough play. I mean, it was, even without the Sun, I think it would have been tough because that ball was sinking fast.
Tough play for
Bridge
sure.
had to put his glove on the ground and just kind of hope it went in.
Yeah, that's like right now, time of day is the worst for a right fielder. And here, the Sun's probably right on top of the wall. Where you still go from, there at right field, you're going from shade to light.
Yeah, exactly. Again, shadow's still playing a factor here in this one. May not be as much of a factor for the next game. We'll see about that. But here's Travis Grant, 0 for 2 with a flyout to right and a strikeout so far. And Grant, 12 RBIs on the season. That leads the team.
Travis Grant, one of those guys, and it's about a guy. There's a few guys on each team that is one of those just veteran leaders and a guy that's done it for over a decade, year in, year out. I mean, they got Crusens Reds. It's Travis Grant, Trent Jordan, Nathan Stahl, a pitcher for them. These guys are good mentors and just guys that also are pushing themselves to continue to be great baseball players.
Yeah, Grant, Jordan, and some of these other guys, veteran leadership for this Reds team, but Grant is rung up on that pitch there from Baker, who gives up a base runner, but otherwise pretty strong inning for a guy who is roughed up in his small sample size so far. So Brienzo continues to hold a lead here, 2-1, as we head into the 6th inning. And I want to thank all of our sponsors that helped make tonight's broadcast possible, starting with BodyArmor, the official sports drink of the Peoria Sunday Morning League, as well as Brienzo's and Crusens, team sponsors, as well as we bring the latest face of Clutch Sports media, Will Giftos, here into the booth. Will is a former Illini Bluffs baseball player hanging out with us here today, seeing how it's all going on. And Will, it's been a good game so far. Some teammates of yours from high school on this Crusens Red teams as well.
Oh, yeah. Brandon, he's been a very good friend. Played with him for 2 years when I was a freshman and sophomore. Pitched very well for us. And played a little bit of first base as well, yeah.
And Brandon Coates taking the mound now. Coates, former Illini Bluffs Tiger himself. So we'll get to see him here again as we got 3 wide in the booth alongside Zach Schulte and Will Giftos. I'm Jonathan Michael. Mark Wagner, Sydney Barnes here as well with us for Clutch Sports Media. And due up here for the Orioles.
Did you play with Josh Vaughn too?
I did, yeah.
Nice. He's poised to have would you say a great year at Bradley coming up. He had
I'd say a good freshman year,
a solid freshman year.
Yeah.
I mean, for most guys will redshirt in that position, and he went out and competed. So credit to him for competing.
I mean, his first appearance was Alabama.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
as a
tough.
freshman, playing.
That's a lot different than playing
1A baseball.
Yeah.
You got to roll tide out there.
Yeah, here you go. Play a game against the one of the best teams in the SEC.
Oh yeah.
Here's Heitzler to get things going for Brienzo. He's putting his hat in the ring for the early game MVP honors with both of Orioles RBIs. He fouls one back against Coates, who has been another great pitcher for Crusens. I've said that a lot tonight. 31 innings pitched with an 0.90 ERA.
Here we go.
For Coates. This one lined to short. Here's Barham, the throw, and they got him. Wonderful throw from Barham over at first, from short, and showing off that arm that he usually displays it on the mound.
It was actually Cade Spencer, but Barham's a second. But Cade Spencer,
that's right.
Very, very good infielder. He's also the I want to say the Galesburg Legion coach. So shout out to the Galesburg Legion team. Hopefully watching now or watching later. We'll get you a good highlight there.
That bat did not sound good either. I think that one
That's
broke.
that's fireworks.
Yeah.
For sure.
Peyton Frame.
Save that one for the upcoming season.
yeah. That's a collector's item for Brandon Coates.
Yeah.
Some pitchers will, if they break a bat like that and it goes in the infield, a pitcher will grab it, throw it in our dugout, and take it home as a memento.
As a trophy.
Yeah.
This one chopped up the middle. Tough play for Barham.
Play.
That time that was Barham, and still another great play to retire the pinch hitter Peyton Frame.
That was a great play. That's the only way you make that play, too, is you charge it, get rid of it one step, field it on one foot, throw off the other. That's the only way he's getting him. And Barham, I mean, he looked like a pro. He's a pro out there.
So I'll bring up Ethan Ritter, or rather, no, this is pinch hitter for the Orioles. Again, still trying to get both these managers, trying to get a lot of guys in the game. This is Jack Moylan for the Brienzo's Orioles.
Lincoln Way East? I think Lincoln Way East. There's a Lincoln Way West.
Yeah.
He's one of the Jack Moen's from one of those.
Oh, wow. That's
he drives.
far.
He drives. It's in Frankfurt. He drives all the way from Frankfurt.
Wow.
This is his third year playing. There's guys that drive all over. I'll name a few here as we go in between innings. I'll save it.
Yeah, that's right. You can pull it up here while we're in between innings. Moylan strikes out. It's 1-2-3 for Brandon Coates and the Reds. So on to the bottom of the sixth. Chances, though, running short for Crusens. They try and, again, keep their season going in the top half of the Sunday morning league. Brienzo's trying to get a game back on the Reds, who they are trying to avoid a sweep from as well. Crusens won first two matchups against them earlier this season. Both were pretty low-scoring games as well. First game was, I believe, 3-2. Second game was, I think, 2-1. So, been pretty low-scoring between these teams this year as we head into the bottom of the sixth.
Yeah.
Now, two questions for both of you guys here in the booth. Well, Zach, we'll start with you. The players that drive the furthest for the Sunday Morning League, if you're ready.
Yeah, well, so Chris Casey, he played at ICC, and he plays for Move Smart. He drives from Frankfurt. Peyton Phillips drives from Streeter. Luke Ketchum drives all the way from Joliet.
Wow.
And John McGuire also drives from Joliet. Bronson Minton drives from Rock Island. I know Trevor Goforth and Jack Arnetta on my team, they'll drive all the way from Cuba.
Wow, yeah.
And then Easton Steck drives from Galesburg. He plays on Coles. And then Brock Luna drives from Geneseo. I'm missing so many, but it's hard to
That still is an amazing list.
Yeah, it's
That's a lot of miles.
Yeah, it's hard to just say, like, when you promote this, like, hey, come check out the best talent in Central Illinois, which it is that too, but also it's like there's guys that drive from Joliet. Joliet's not Central Illinois. Joliet's, Chicago suburb-ish area, so
And it's kind of good to see like how far this is expanding. Really,
Yeah.
I know it's been around. How many years has the
110.
110?
Yeah. So people just love the, it's good competition, and it's really hard to find a competitive outlet like this for guys that are not playing in college. So there's other leagues. There's other leagues. Chicago's got a Chicago Suburb League. There's leagues in Iowa and leagues in St. Louis. But I might be biased, and I may not have seen all those teams play. But I would put this up against. There's reasons people are driving from all over to play. So
It should be a whole like amateur baseball league World Series in Illinois. You should get all these different leagues. Put your best few teams.
We'll play here.
Put them in a bracket.
Yeah, I'd love to do round robin one day and play here.
That'd be lots of fun.
Yeah.
As here in the bottom of the sixth, new pitcher for Brienzo, it's Landon Sloan. He's got a 4.85 ERA in 13 innings so far.
Sky high.
That one is probably way up off the bat of Keith and caught by Andrew Garrett over there at third. So one man down here in the bottom of the sixth for Kelch, the cleanup batter. 2 strikeouts for him so far tonight. Will, question I was going to have for you was, I know you were on a very successful Illini Bluffs team, this past year. Just tell me a bit about what that team was like, and being able to have a pretty great season going out for your senior year.
Oh, it was awesome. I mean, losing Josh was hard, replacing his pitching-wise. But we have a going to be senior this year. He was a junior, Braden Farger.
Yep.
Very great pitcher. His stuff is really coming into his body right now. He's really getting in there. And then, we were kind of struggling with a 3 and 4 last year. I was more of the 3, and we had another guy as our 4. Didn't pitch a whole lot, though. This year, I stepped up as the 2, and, me and Farger, we really kind of handled just almost every game. And we had a freshman.
You guys had a really good pitching staff. I remember.
Oh, yeah.
I would see your guys' games, and you guys wouldn't be allowing many runs. I remember that.
And we even had a few freshmen start some games for us. And, we faced a talented Tremont team, and we threw a freshman, a sophomore at them, and we just walked it off in the 7th inning. But, it was just all around was great pitching throughout the entire year, really. And good bats, really.
Yeah.
Here's
1 through 9.
Here's one for you.
Yeah, we have good bats.
Oh, yeah.
But a better glove from Kemp. I believe that is out in center, robbing Frank Kelch.
Frustrating for Frank. He gets hits a laser ball and it's just caught Kemp out there.
And if he doesn't catch that ball, that's probably at least a double right there.
Yeah.
That ball might be getting past him all the way to the warning track.
Yeah.
So, again, great glove work from Brienzo, especially in the outfield. Has helped keep this a 2-1 game as Colton Allen now comes in and still looking for his first hit as well.
Will, here's one for you. Little trivia. Who was the last Illini Bluffs player? What recent Illini Bluffs player won the Peoria Sunday Morning League MVP?
Ooh.
It wouldn't have been. He'd be older than you, obviously.
Yeah. I want to go with Cam Scott.
Yep. Nice.
Yep. That's my first guess right there.
He must have been pretty good in high school, I think.
Oh, yeah. Really good. Basketball, too.
Oh,
It's fun to watch basketball.
Well, Giftos knows his stuff, ladies and
go.
gentlemen.
Whoa.
On the spot, too.
Yeah.
It's
Miller Lite,
guy knows how to respond to some pressure.
yeah. Good stuff. Miller Lite Falcons. I figured you wouldn't have had. You had narrowed down some selections, I'm sure, in your head, but.
I only know because I think he's in my sister's graduating class at IB, so I already knew him a little bit.
There you go.
But I was like, he's the only one that I really knew.
Two-way guy from Miller Lite Falcons. I think he's kind of taking a break this summer. He just finished his last year of school, But he's been hanging around. I think he's gonna.
He's still active at
Yeah.
IB. Can tell you that. He'll
Really?
come in every once in a while.
Let's go.
Go in the weight room and still gets active.
A backwards K. Colton Allen goes down looking, and Landon Sloan gets his 17th strikeout of the season. He's got only 3 walks as well, so a good season for that Orioles arm. We're on to the 7th here. From Dozer Park, it's the Brienzo's Orioles 2 and the Crusens Reds 1, so a chance for the Orioles to add on some insurance runs here. It'll be the 8-9 one-hitters due up for them. Action in the bullpen. I'll give you a preview of the 7th for the Orioles. Looks like Wes Frame is who they got warming up right now. Coming in, potentially a save situation there for Frame. And Orioles have led for the entirety of this one. They led 2-0 in the top of the 3rd. Then Crusens came right back with 1, scored on an error in the bottom of the frame. But 2 RBIs from Mason Heitzler, and only just a few hits allowed from their pitching staff has kept them in the lead here. Zach, question for you. I've always been, while I got you here, might as well ask. I know, obviously, Sunday Morning League chooses all-stars every year. Who votes on those? Who picks those? What does that process look like? When does it start? Is it at the end of the season?
So that goes. We'll have the managers. At the end of the season, at the end of the regular season, the managers put up their applicants for all stars. So you got a guy second, you got a left fielder or an outfielder that's like outfield. In each individual position, you put those up. You nominate them to be voted on. All the managers vote, and then some of our league officers will have a vote. Brock Alkire, our league coverage guy, he has a vote, and then it's a voting process amongst the league managers, other members of our executive committee, and then Alkire, and that's how the awards. All-stars and all that are elected.
Nice. Very cool, very cool. We'll definitely be on the lookout for those as we kick off the 7th here with Joshua Knight, and who I believe entered the game as a pinch runner earlier in, but getting back in the game here. Knight hitting .267 with a double, 2 RBIs, 5 walks, and 5 strikeouts. So far here this season, he's got a 1-1 count.
I'd like to get Josh on. They can get him on.
Ellen has popped up and coming right our direction.
Might bounce.
Oh, it hit a seat, but it was right in line with us here in the booth. Had to brace and get ready for that one.
If they can get Josh on, they can get him around the bases. He's a fast guy. So he's going to work a count here, get 2-2 count. I'm home.
Yeah, Knight's got one stolen base on the year, but not a ton of plate appearances either. That one laced to the left, and Knight will get the chance to maybe show off his wheels. That's a nice piece of hitting there. We haven't seen a clean single like that in a few innings.
See what they do here. They got Allen back behind the plate. So I wouldn't necessarily test it, but you got to do what you can to get this guy in scoring position. You got your 9-hole hitter up. Maybe you put down a bunt here. Keithy's going to be in. I'm probably having our guys put down a bunt here in this situation, but
now we'll see what Tyler Kemp does here.
Swinging away.
Swinging away.
Fouls that one back. Again, looking ahead to Crusens' bottom of the 7th. It'll be Stufflebeam, Spencer, and Adams as it stands right now. Adams came in to pinch hit for Busby earlier in this one.
That's out.
That one popped out. First base side and falls just short of reaching the luxury suites here, right over by the Peoria Legion Pirates. Getting ready to take the field here in just a little bit.
I think we've only had one ball leave the venue today. Rare.
I think
see
so.
more in Chiefs games, I guess.
That's probably good for
Yeah.
the teams, good for the league, but
Yeah.
I'm sure baseballs aren't cheap.
Well, they're definitely not. They keep going up in price, but
As is just about everything right now. 1-2 here.
here we go. Here's
Delayed
Knight.
steal.
Here's Knight. Delayed steal. Got him.
And they got him.
Throw.
Great throw from
throw.
behind the dish, and Knight is a victim of a strike him out, throw him out. So 2 outs just like that for the Reds. Catcher on a great jump there
Looks
on
like
that one.
Delayed. Looks like a little delayed jump. Yeah.
Back to the top of the order here, it's Eric Campen. Campen leads the team in walks, stolen bases, runs, and plate appearances. And he's 1 for 3 so far tonight.
Very disciplined hitter here. Really, like I said, flat swing, makes a lot of line drive contact. So, be looking to maybe get something started with 2 outs here. Get to him, get to Willie. If they get to Williamson, he can put a ball in the gap, and then maybe get some insurance runs. But
That would be big. Williamson has gotten some good contact tonight. To Campen right now, Andrew Garrett's on deck. If both those two would have reached, then we would see Williamson, but Brendan Coates trying to make sure that doesn't happen. These batters have been having to adjust, seeing pretty much different pitchers about every at-bat that they've gone up.
I think the Reds are doing like a 2-2-2.
Yeah.
A little bit by committee.
Yeah, that's right, yeah, because already through the first 2, then Donaldson through the 3rd and 4th. Now
Tough
it's
one to
Coates
take.
here for the, I think Donaldson also through the 5th, but Coates on now for the 6th and 7th. And there's Campen, like you just said, Zach, you know, the discipline drawing the walk there is,
now, he's going to try to get. He may try to get in scoring position here too.
so here's Garrett, 1 for 3 on the night. Single, a fly out to right, and a pop out to the second baseman.
You know, Cole Noun's got a hose for an arm, so yeah, he's got to have to get a good jump. But you want that guy in scoring position here. Nope, staying.
That one hit well in the left, sinking fast, but into the glove of Travis Grant. And it'll remain at 2 for the Orioles. So Coates escapes a little bit of damage, gives up 2 base runners, but he gets out of it unscathed. And we're on to the bottom of the 7th here from downtown Peoria. Brienzo leads Crusens 2-1 here on CSM. Again, having lots of fun in the booth alongside Sunday Morning League President Zach Schulte and Will Giftos from Illini Bluffs, former Tigers baseball player, headed to Mizzou for college in the fall. So very fun things ahead for him, and maybe fun things ahead here in this bottom of the 7th as well. We did see a walk-off earlier this season. One of our games that we broadcasted, I believe it might have been your Jacks that we broadcasted.
Yeah.
Zach, I think first game of the season was a walk-off. You guys against the Coles Diamond Gallery Royals.
Move smart. It would have been
Move
good-
Smart,
yeah.
that's who it was. One of
Yeah.
the blue teams.
No, that was a good game. That was a good game, and I mean, Move Smart is very good this year. I think they're 8-8 now, but
Yep.
they got some. I mean, they got Josh Blom, Caleb Bieneman, Corbin Worley. I'm forgetting it. I'm missing a pitcher that they have, but Gunnar Wilson, and Alex Garcia behind the plate. I mean,
And that was after they lost the last year's Rookie of the Year, Noah Company, right?
yep,
Is that
yeah,
was-
yes.
So, yeah, they've done a nice job of kind of, obviously, again, just one player, but he was a big part of their lineup last season. So they've been able to kind of fill that void. As we're going to look again at Wes Frame, 7th pitcher of the game for the Orioles. 10 2/3 innings pitched for him, 3.28 ERA, no wins, no losses, and a pretty good strikeout to walk ratio of 14-3.
Yeah. There you go.
It'll be Stufflebeam to lead things off. Spencer waiting on deck.
Campbell's gone one pitcher every inning, and he's sticking to it. It's worked out so far.
Yeah. And Frame's first pitch down in the dirt. Ball down to Stufflebeam. And with a win, Crusens, or rather, with a win, Brienzo's would move to a half game behind Move Smart in the PSML standings. Crusens would cede sole possession of third place to the Coles Diamond Gallery Royals. It's 1-1 count. Frame settles and throws. That one fouled back. And next up for Brienzo, taking a look at the rest of the season for them. They'll take on Move Smart tomorrow. That'll be a big game over at ICC. Then they close out 5 games at Eastside between July 24th and the 30th. They'll face Tin Lizard, Move Smart again, 2 games against Coles, and they'll end against the Poor Bros Jacks. Good eye there from Stufflebeam, and it's now 2-2. Definitely want to get the leadoff guy on here. Down 1. They may do just that. Stufflebeam, single to right.
Bloop and a blast is all you need.
Yep. Looks like Busby's done it before. He's hit 2 in a game. Playing a little farther dimensions here, but I mean, it's down the line. It's 3-10.
You gotta really pull it, or
You gotta really pull it, or really
Go
take it
up,
the
yeah.
other way. Get something middle of the outside of the plate. See what you can do with it.
you got like a triple fence to right and a quadruple fence to left.
Yeah. Yep.
Spencer hits
Oh,
this
that's
one
a
hard
nice
to
one.
left center. If this gets down, this is trouble. Stufflebeam's going to third. They'll fire it to second. The tag in time. Caden Spencer, a clutch double, and now the Reds potentially in position to maybe win it with 2 runners in scoring position and nobody out.
Here we go.
My, how quickly that game flipped on its head. Brienzo's in control the entire time, and 2 batters later, could be looking at a loss. You never know, but Frames could get out of this jam.
They'll go infield in here, so ball through the infield, though. Probably could end it.
So this is Keegan Busby, former Pekin Dragon. Came into today hitting 120 on the year with 3 RBIs. And looks at a strike low. Infield playing a little bit in now for Brienzo's. Not much of a surprise there. That one a little bit lower than the first, even up at 1-1. And Jack Barham on deck. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. And that breaking pitch, nice one on the inside, makes it 1-2 on Busby. Big one here. That one
Good stop.
also low, 2-2.
High leverage situation here. I'll throw you a quick stat as we enter in this spot. 35% of the Sunday Morning League games last year were decided by 1 run.
Wow.
45% of them were decided by 2 runs. It's 10%. It was actually 10% more competitive than Major League Baseball in the past 50 years of data.
Wow. That is unbelievable. That is a heck of a stat. What a
Yeah.
pull. I don't even want to ask how much time it took to compile that. Maybe it wasn't that bad. But Busby strikes out. Clutch one there for Frame. But, yeah, you're right, Zach. It seems like most every game, you look at these, other than the exception of Crusens' last game, they beat Firehouse Pizza 19-1. So
I've never in my time have it. That's the biggest outlier I've seen.
I was talking to Brock Allcare. He said that might have been one of the biggest deficits in Sunday morning league history.
It might have been
that he's seen. This one has popped up, just what Frame ordered, and the ball still has not left the infield as Barham is retired, and now the Reds are down to their last chance. C.J. Johnson, do or die at bat right here.
How about this? It doesn't get any bigger than this.
We got a leadoff hitter up right now.
2 outs, runners on second and third. The leadoff hitter at the plate. A guy you want at the plate.
And Frame electing to pitch to Johnson. They couldn't. They could, if they wanted to, they could intentionally walk him with virtually, doesn't really do anything to hurt you at all. If you wanted to face Travis Grant, who's 0 for 3 today, but they'll pitch to Johnson, who's 1 for 3. They line out to left, a double, and he reached on an error back in the 5th inning.
Yeah, I don't think I'm walking anybody to get to Travis Grant. I'm keeping that guy there if I can.
Here we go. I get something here.
0-2.
I am not showing this guy anything good though.
No.
Right here, 0-2. That's for sure.
Outside or low. Make him chase.
Outside or up.
Here's the pitch. Breaking pitch went right at him. Strike 3, and look at the reaction from Wes Frame. He's pumped up, and so are the rest of the Orioles. What a way to escape and slither out of a jam. In the bottom of the 7th, they hang on to win 2-1 here at Dozer Park.
Great game. Great
game.
Great managed game by Tim Campbell. I mean, the Reds had a chance there at the end, and that's just the way baseball goes.
I was surprised they didn't put a Busby on. Try to go for a double play ball. I was really surprised that they went after him.
Yeah.
Hey,
worked out. Campbell trusted his guys, trusted all of his pitchers, and I mean they were all 7 of them were great.
I was gonna say that was a very gutsy decision, by Frame, by Campbell, just to, just go at those guys. I mean, you could have watched Busby, you could have watched Barham, you could have watched Johnson, and try to make it easier and stuff. Play the percentages. They said, you know what? Screw the percentages, screw the analytics. We're just gonna play old-fashioned baseball, go right at you. And what happens? You win a baseball game at another thriller here. Sunday Morning League on Clutch Sports Media, 2-1. Brienzo's moves to 8-9. Crusens drops to 10-7. What a game!
1 hour and 53 minutes. I'm just noting that for.
Yeah.
You got to note it. 1 hour and 53 minutes. This game was right on pace. So, great baseball here.
Really, it certainly was. So again, Brienzo's chipping away again with plenty of time left to make a push towards the playoffs. Obviously, everyone will get into the playoffs, but obviously fighting for a higher seed. As was Frame acknowledging the Orioles fans here out in attendance. Good crowd here. Show out at Dozer Park. And again, not done just yet. If you want to come down to Dozer Park, if you're around Peoria, still come down and see the Tin Lizard Titans take on the Peoria Legion Pirates. First pitch here in a little bit. Unfortunately, we won't have that game for you, but it's been a great time being down here at Dozer Park. First game that we've ever broadcasted here for the Sunday Morning League at Dozer, and it's definitely been a blast alongside with PSML President Zach Schulte will gift us here in the booth, and also Mark Wagner and Sidney Barnes join us. Guys, anything to add before we sign off the air?
No, this was a lot of fun. Thanks for coming out and for showcasing the Sunday Morning League. I'm excited to have you guys back for the playoffs. We'll get those dates out when as we get near August, and we'll go again.
All right, thank you for letting me come out here. Really, it's been really fun.
Yeah, Will gift us his broadcast debut, everyone. Pleasure having you along in the booth. And Zach, you said it. We will be back for Sunday Morning League playoff games. Again, those dates and matchups are to be determined. But again, stay tuned to our social media, Clutch Sports Media on Facebook and Instagram, Clutch Sports IL, our username on Twitter. And again, we're not done just yet. More great baseball in store. But for now, as a good old-fashioned Sunday Morning League pitchers duel, Brienzo's guts it out over Crusens 2-1 here on a beautiful Tuesday night in downtown Peoria. That's where we'll leave you, folks. Have a great rest of your evening. And until next time, so long for all of us here at Clutch Sports Media. Have a good one.